Hi everyone. Thought I'd do a video on my maple syrup operation. And here we go up my driveway, heading towards the sugar shack. As you can see, some pails on the left. Doing maple syrup is not a new thing for me. Started doing it about the age of 10 to 12, somewhere around there on the family farm. And when we bought our home in Cambridge, we bought it because of a great big maple tree on the front lawn. And I've been tapping that for over 40 years. So here we go. We got pails over here. I got a total of 50 pails. Here is the shed which I had built. Started in the fall of 2019. Went all last summer. And there's the shed. We'll come over here a bit to one of these pails over here so you get an idea of what a dripping sap is. So we're coming up here. Hopefully you can see this and maybe you can hear it. So that is there's 4 on these 2 trees here. Some trees I only did one, some I did a couple. So we're coming in here to the door, heading into the sugar shack, and I'll turn this. What we have here is a drum, which is about, at the moment, it's a 50-gallon drum. It's about half full. Don't know if you can see that or not, but you see it's about half full. Then when it gets close to being full, I pump it up into this holding tank, which holds 100 gallons. Right now, it's about 50 or 60 gallons in it. So I've collected this morning already, and I'll be doing it again this afternoon. So now as we enter into my sugar shack, I've dedicated the room to Gordy, my old friend, Gord Erickson. I've now called it Gordy's Tap Room. Gordy is a friend of mine for about 45 years. He had a home in Hamilton. He and his wife Zigga built and raised their 2 girls. But he had a grove of maple trees in the backyard, and he tapped maple syrup for years and years and years, as I did. We had a great commonality, and unfortunately, in January of 2020, we lost Gordy. But before he moved on, he and I looked at my property here. We picked out a number of maples, and I promised him I would build a sugar shack. And I'll take you inside, and I think Gordy would be pleased. So as we go in through the door here, here's what we got going. I'll maybe turn it this way so you can get a better view. So here we go with the evaporator. There you can see the steam. As the steam comes up off of it. Here's a thermostat. As I zoom in, 0 is boiling for water. So that's showing about 214. So 212 is boiling. You see the number 7, that's 219. That's when you have maple syrup. You then come along a bit further here. Here's a gauge, which is critical. You can see it shows about between 2 and 3 inches of maple syrup or sap, which is in this evaporator. You can see the steam steaming off or boiling off. And here is all the evaporator and dripping away, and it kind of and goes up through these 2 stacks. 2 stacks you can see here. There's one, and there's the other. This third one is for the fire, which I'll show in a minute. Here is condensation that's dripping off. Come around to the other side. And this is a float, which keeps the level of sap in the evaporator at about 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches. This pipe here goes from the tank outside and the holding tank, and it's a gravity feed. So it's feeding in slowly, constantly. I can turn it off here if I want, if I need to, but so far haven't needed to do that. Then when I get to like 215, 218, it's going to be soon, I will put it in this unit, which is called a finishing pan. I have two of them. I have one that's outside, which I guess I've got to describe. So away you go. So I have got probably close to 80 gallons of sap, and that'll equate at 40 to 1. That's about 2 gallons of maple syrup. And I've had a couple of finishing bottles already. Here's 2 samples. There we go. It says pure maple syrup, Hammer's Blend, the nectar of the gods. So then here's 3 types of samples of maple syrup. This is called golden, and that's usually early. This is called amber. You can see on the lid, amber. And certainly these are amber. That is the most prized version. And the dark, some people do like dark. Mine aren't dark yet. You get it darker by later in the season, and you also can boil it longer. A couple more pots for boiling. So what I do when I'm done the finishing pan and I'm at 219, I have maple syrup. I then pour it into this coffee maker and just a coffee urn, and you fill the bottles by tapping it out like that. So it's really quite the process. It's about 11:30 on Saturday morning. I think today's the 20th. And I'll be at this all day. Here's the wood. We keep firing into here. Show the fire. Forgot to mention that. Here's the fire. Go like that. And there she is. That's just keeping this thing hot. So I've got to add some more wood to it. But there you have it. And hopefully you can see the steam's really coming up there now. So we're really boiling it off. And then the other half of the shed is not sugar shack, it's just storage where I keep my bends, a wood splitter, golf cart, Sea-Doos, Zodiac, workbench, all that's in my spare bottles, and away we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. I got a bit of an idea. Let me know what you think. Hope everybody's staying healthy, and I hope to see you soon.